out of my sight. I see blood.
Too late for apologies.
The old woman wipes blood from her mouth. She straightens slightly, trying to face her death with dignity. Her eyes burn with an insane light. She opens her mouth to speak, but all she can manage is a low, angry growl. How dare you disobey me? Because you are weak, because you are stupid, because you can't tell your true allies from a coterie of obnoxious fools who keep muttering sweet nonsense about a world where the living and the dead can coexist. You should have punished the Lich for insulting me, but you pushed away the hand of friendship offered by the Whispering Way, and so that hand reached for the dagger. I will not serve your cult. I will subjugate it and make it serve me instead. You think yourself equal to the Whispering Way? Arrogant fool. You do not even realize how pathetic you are. Did you really think you could defeat me? You think you're invincible? Ha! The assassins of the Whispering Way have cut short the lives of many arrogant rulers who believed themselves to be safe. If things had gone my way, you would have been one crawling at my feet. Everything you possess would have been mine. Yeah, there it is, right there. I see only suffering in your future. You will suffer for eternity. My brothers and sisters will make sure you pay the price for your insolence. Nice. Septimus is breathing heavily. The sight of the huge massacre has clearly aroused his bloodlust and takes him a moment to regain control of himself. Commander, victory is ours. 𝐂𝐴LYanka was a rabid animal. She should have been put down a long time ago. You have done well by ending her life. She was a disappointment. Can I trust you? You've rejected the offer of friendship from the Whispering Way. Your decision gives me hope that you'll become a wise and enlightened ruler and a staunch and benevolent ally to 𝐺EB. I'm ready to give you my life, give my life for you if it helps make this hope a reality, my gracious lord. Now I'll get rid of you before you decide to usurp my power. So many leaders stumble on their path to greatness. Your lust for power has led you astray.
I'll hit you.
What the fuck? Loot them all. So what? He got away? Is that what the deal was? That's unfortunate. All right. All right. So we got to do that. Yep. Okay. Chili Creek. Go to the Dragon Burial Ground. Find Queen Galfrey. Find the entrance to the ineluctable prison. Find Captain 𝐂𝐴LYanka. Find Mustafan. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. I don't give a shit. Finian's Awakening. Oh, okay. So, but I think the Bladesmith is over by Is anyway, so we can knock that out. Visit the Hell Knight outpost with Regil. Visit Arushle's dream. Does this tell me where she is? No. Bring Darren to the place marked by the Inquisitor. Go with Land to find 𝐶𝐸𝐵𝐿𝐴. Fuck these stupid names. And the mongrels. All right. Shit. Okay. So we're done here. We annihilated everyone. Never trust vampires. Or witches. They always have something oozing. Witches do. All right. Over here is the Hell Knight's outpost. So we can do that since we have Regil with us. Brothers, sisters, I'm having a vision. I see the holy martyr. There she is, standing before me as if she were alive, just like in her sacred image. A dirty, exhausted fighter in rusted armor jabs his finger at Ember, staring at her so intently that his eyes seem to almost bulge out of their sockets. Hey, Toil, look over there. It's definitely her. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, I see her too. And who's that next to her? Is that the commander? What are you talking about? I'm not a vision, I'm alive. Instead of answering, Twill falls on her knees before Ember and the others follow her example. What are you doing? Stand up now. We'll do whatever the holy martyr asks of us. What are you doing? Oh my god.
We are going to the unholy altar of Baphomet, the one shattered by the tears of our Ember the righteous. The surviving Templars, led by the demon Thaskarad, decided that it was time to repair it and start offering up sacrifices again since she was no longer here. They started with our former cultists. They keep them captive and kill them one by one. We don't abandon our own people. We're going to free them, and shatter the altar into dust while we're at it. Along with the demon and his minions. I won't lie to you, Commander. We could really use some help. But we have no time to gather reinforcements. Every hour we delay could mean a death sentence for one of our brothers and sisters. If you and the preacher decide to help us, we will be grateful till the end of our days. If not, well, we'll somehow have to handle it on our own.
We'll help. We'll help, won't we? Why are you calling Ember the holy martyr? Everyone knows Ember perished in the abyss along with the commander and her other disciples and thus became a martyr. Well, so everyone thought until today. We really were in the abyss, but we're back now. What do you mean by disciple? Since when am I her disciple? Aren't you? You traveled in her party, listened to her preaching, fought evil at her side. That's funny. I think we learned something from each other, she smiles apologetically. What happened to your horns? I broke them off. The woman touches an uneven stump with her finger. I'm human, not a demon. No matter what they say, I am human. Were you called a demon because you're a tiefling? Being a tiefling is only half of the problem. The real problem is this. The more evil you do in your life, the less good is expected of you. If you stole yesterday, you'll also steal tomorrow. Isn't that fair? But if everyone treats you like garbage, all you can ever be is garbage. What other choice do you have? And if a thief has horns on her head, well, everyone knows what that means. They're a demon. What else could they be? I used to rob and kill, got convicted, sentenced to hard labor, escaped, and started over. I thought there was no other path for me. If honest people refuse to accept me, I don't owe them anything. I've done too much evil to try and repent. I've lived like a demon in the abyss, nothing but evil in my past and my future. And then I ran into these guys. I heard them praying for the demon's salvation. Well, at first I laughed, then it hit me. What if I really do have a chance? What if there's something else in life beyond this never-ending nightmare? I spoke with those who'd seen Ember in the flesh, listened to them recite her sermons from memory, and then I broke off my horns, and with that, I broke away from my former life. It had to hurt like hell. Thank you for coming back. I'm really happy for you, for all of you. It's I who must thank you. You brought me back from the abyss. You brought me back to humanity. No. We haven't even met before. How could I be to thank you for changing it? I have a hard enough time. But when the words on the screen aren't right, yeah. How could I be to thank for you? Yeah. Anyway, maybe my words helped a little, but you did the most important part yourself. A familiar story, that's the thief's life for you. Once you're in, you ain't never gonna get out again. But you're no slouch. Maybe if you ended up with sister... Yeah, shut up, Woldriff. No. Okay, Now go. I wish you luck in the battle. I'll come to your aid. I am not a goddess to dole out blessings, but I wish you success. Okay, are we doing that here? Is that a thing that we're doing here? No? No, just a crappy little map? Yep, just a crappy little map.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Don't even know where they were going. All right, anyway, continue. Yep.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Look at me strutting my ass in. Tiger attacking the Hell Knights. You get him, Tiger. Get him. Tiger's getting fat. Look at that. The Hell Knight outpost welcomes you with sharp and inhospitable silence. Tall figures in black imposing armor tower over you. There's no threats or greetings, nothing at all.
Regal takes his place in the formation near
Regal.
Paralictors Renth, Tai, and Diathan, but slightly ahead of them. There is a barely noticeable shift in his posture and demeanor. It's almost like he is getting ready to perform a wearisome and unpleasant task. You all know why we are gathered here. Today, the Order's emissaries will hear the results of my investigation into the actions of the individual known as the commander of the Fifth Crusade, as well as decide the fate of said individual.
Yeah, you're going to put me on trial? In a way, we have a problem requiring a solution. We shall solve it one way or the other. The Orders need to know whether or not you can be trusted. I will coordinate the tribunal as someone who knows the facts better than the rest. All right, let's go. I will state the facts as they are known to me. You reserve the right to speak in your own defense. Reginald's voice remains cold and unpleasantly impersonal. I will start with the main reason for today's assembly. The source of the commander's supernatural powers have been hidden from us until recently. But now it is clear the emergence of these abilities was caused by Areelu Vorlesh, a criminal and an enemy that unequivocally and unconditionally must be destroyed. Whether the commander is her associate or an involuntary tool is yet to be determined. This one will probably grant me the more XP. That one I can handle it either. This one, I'm going to go with this one. It would be proper to present at least one piece of evidence confirming the cooperation between the commander and Vorlesh the criminal. So far, your accusation has not been supported by any proof. Let us continue. Aside from the source of the power, there is also the matter of its application. I evaluate the way the commander uses his newfound power very positively. Due to its high effectiveness, it is time we absolved necromancy of its semi-legal status, but I am aware that not all in the Order share this point of view. Whatever my power is, I only use it to oppose the Worldwound and to benefit the Crusade. We must also scrutinize the commander's temperament. The main question of interest to us was whether we could rely on such an ally. What if he became a puppet in the hands of our enemies? To determine this, I took the liberty of staging a test that featured several treacherous demons. The result of this test was satisfactory, though it is far from what we expect from him as a powerful ally. I'm going to say nothing. Enough! We've seen and heard enough. The verdict is clear. What we have heard is sufficient to conclude that the accusations against the commander are unsubstantiated. We have no reason to suspect our ally of treason or associating with Areelu Vorlesh. From now on, the orders are prepared to provide all possible assistance to the Fifth Crusade. Regal listens very screw it.
Regal listens very closely, sometimes nodding in accord with the words of his fellow paralictor, then states in a weary and disagreeable voice, I disagree and officially dispute this decision. Do you intend to maintain your cooperation with the individual known as the commander of the Fifth Crusade even after everything you have heard? Unbelievable. This stupid and perfidious decision puts you on the same page with the demonic lackey we have been discussing.
What? Paralictor Durang is absolutely correct. Nobody has better knowledge or more in-depth experience in this matter than him. That's enough. We're not going to argue like cantankerous old men. This decision is final, and you know that you have no means to dispute it. That is correct, I do not. But I have a different way of correcting your stupid childish mistake. Regal narrows his yellow eyes and gives you a piercing glare. I hereby challenge you to a duel, Commander. What the fuck? This is irresponsible of you, Durang, but lawful. I cannot interfere, even though I very much want to. The orders refuse to support you, and you are making a fool of yourself to soothe your wounded pride. Such behavior is not befitting of a paralictor. As you wish. Clear the room and make the necessary preparations. Why am I walking so slow? I declare the start of the duel. May justice be done.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh. Burn! Slice! Behead!
He is totally gonna kick my ass. Come on, heal.
May I see your entrails, please? Let the attack commence. Go!
All right, let's try this again.
This way. I crave for adventure.
It doesn't help that I'm exhausted.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
There. That's a little bit better.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Let's see here. No. All right. Let's do this. Save it. All right. I think it's obvious the orders need to know whether or not you can be trusted. I'll coordinate the tribunal. All right. I'm going to go with this one instead. Your openness, your appeal to expert opinion, and your rational approach do you credit, Commander. Nice. Let's continue. Aside from the source of the power, there's also a matter of its application. I'm still going to go with that one. Judge me by my deeds, not by some artificial test. Deeds are not everything. Watching the reaction of an unprepared subject reveals much of their true nature. I'm going to go with this one. But just see how it goes. Enough of this farce and this petty squabbling. The verdict has been passed. It is not subject to appeal. The Hell Knight orders have no complaints against the 5th Crusade or its commander. Indeed, we are now confident we can completely trust you, Commander. From this moment, not only will the Hell Knights continue fighting in the Worldwound as allies of the Crusaders, we shall also put our elite squads under your command. The Worldwound must be closed, and we will assist you to the best of our ability. We also apologize for the actions of Paralictor Reginald Derenge. He has overstepped his bounds and made a number of other questionable decisions that make us doubt his competence. He is henceforth removed from command of his chapter and stripped of his Paralictor rank, pending further orders from Godclaw headquarters. Oh, shit. Reginald's expressionless face is impossible to read. He appears to be unfazed as always. He simply shrugs in response to Amino's words. I hope there will be no further misunderstandings between us. There won't be, Commander. The purpose of this council was to eliminate them. Reginald, now no longer a Paralictor, does not move or make a sound, but instead casts a quick glance that lets you know he'd like to speak in private. I think he did that on purpose.
I believe I owe you an explanation, Knight Commander.
Oh, it's voiced. Yes.
First, I'd like to paint you a picture of the situation I found myself in shortly before we met. I was one of the first to receive the information about an individual supposedly chosen by the gods who appeared in 𝐂𝐚𝐽. This message was followed by the news that the Queen of Mendev had appointed this person as the commander of the new crusade. The orders reacted in every conceivable way. I imagine that you and anything even remotely related to you was being discussed in every corner of every Hell Knight citadel. I did not have to be present to imagine the words spoken and the suggestions offered, nor the chaos. The orders often cannot agree, even among themselves. Anticipating the upcoming arguments, I submitted a petition and volunteered to attach myself to the new commander in order to assess his leadership and discover the true nature of his powers. But a good strategist looks far into the future. The role I gave myself was just the beginning. I watched and prepared contingency plans for every potential turn of events, such as if you turned out to be a menace that must be destroyed, or if you turned out to be a valuable asset and our best hope of triumphing over the abyssal host, an ally who must be supported, no matter the cost. I have been a Hell Knight for most of my life. I know the orders like the back of my hand. All our might, determination, and glory, as well as our weaknesses. Unfortunately, it was clear that not all of us would appreciate the tremendous potential of such an important piece showing up on the board. I could write dozens of reports, give you the most stellar of testimonies, and that still wouldn't be enough to convince the skeptics.
And what would you put in these reports? What is your honest opinion of me?
I believe you are our best chance of healing the Worldwound once and for all. there is more. I see you not as a tool or a game piece, but as an ally, and a commander with great leadership potential, which is why it is so important to remove the division between you and the orders.
Go on. Oh, I might as well ask this question since it's all voiced. What would the consequences of the Hell Knight's disapproval be?
For you, the worst-case scenario would have involved a war on two fronts. Having said that, I do not think things would have gotten that far. You have proven yourself to be an ally to the entire world, not a threat to it. Still, even the loss of support from the Hell Knights or the hostility of individual highly aggressive orders could have cost your crusade dearly. I wanted to avoid that crisis.
Go on.
Only a military tribunal would be able to resolve the issues between the Crusade commander and the Hell Knights. As formal a hearing as possible, to assure the orders they had considered the case and had the chance to pronounce a verdict. The occasion also called for a sacrifice. A symbolic victim would reinforce the impression of a successful trial and a unanimous decision. Nothing bolsters the reputation of the accused like the public humiliation of their accuser. I was the obvious choice for the role. So I organized this tribunal and did my best to ensure that the paralictors arrived at the only correct decision, given the circumstances. Of course, this meant that my reputation would be destroyed, and I would be stripped of my rank. But that's inconsequential. Such losses are acceptable.
Regel's a badass.
I make no great fuss about the bleaching, but I do realize the full scope of its effects. The Fifth Crusade is quite possibly my last campaign. The pressures of time push people to extreme measures, and I am no exception. My aim was more than simply to prevent the Hell Knights from rallying against you. I wanted to strengthen your alliance, to give you a powerful army, a strong asset in the confrontation with the abyssal host. My gambit was successful. I am satisfied.
Okay, let's see. I'm still willing to put up with you in my party, but I won't tolerate any more tricks. I'm tired of you playing the role of overseer. Don't even know what to say. Some of what you have done is good, while some is unacceptable. Thank you, Regil. I appreciate your sacrifice. I cannot trust you after what happened. I have grown tired of your attitude. No, I'm going with this one.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. I did what had to be done. Now that we are entirely clear, let us return to the main objective. I still hope to see the matter of the Worldwound resolved once and for all.
Cool. Awesome. So obviously that is his final little bit there, I'm hoping, for companion quest. So no, that was cool. And I'm glad that we decided not to fight him because he was just going to kick my ass irregardless, I do believe. And it's not like he's a cleric, you know. So him being stripped of his rank means nothing. Matter of fact, if you look at his character sheet, we only have one level in Hell Knight for him. We totally went Armiger. So yeah, that's totally fine by me. All right, let us get out of here.
Wherever my legs carry me.
All right, and away we go. All right, so that's done. Another thing we want to do is hike our butts way the hell back over here. Is it up here? It's not Heaven's Edge. Chili Creek, there it is. All the way down here.